Ranking every U.S. state license plate from worst to best. Here's part 1. Number 50, Delaware. This is absolutely pathetic. There's no pictures or logos or anything, and they use the most basic font style possible. 49, Texas. This is also horrendous. They too use the default font, and it's black and white, but saved from last place by having the state outline and a star. 48, Alaska. Still very basic and boring, but at least they have some color and a flag. 47, Massachusetts. Font style is significantly better, and we've got a little bit of color, but there's nothing else to this one. 46, California. Now the font style is excellent, but again, there's literally nothing else to this one. 45, Virginia. Another one that's terrible, basic, boring, but they do have their state slogan on the bottom as well as a little heart, so woohoo for that. 44, New Jersey. A little more colorful and does have the state outline, but that's it. 43, Michigan. I guess this M looks cool, but still very plain. 42, Pennsylvania. We continue with another very boring plate, but at least it's multicolored and you do have the state outline. 41, West Virginia. Similar to Pennsylvania, but slightly less boring because of the striping. 40, Kentucky. It's kind of cool how the colors come together, but there's nothing else to this one. And why is your state outline hidden behind the lettering? 39, Connecticut. Exact same as Kentucky, except the colors are flipped and you can actually see the state outline. 38, Vermont. Now the green is iconic to their state, so I gave them some credit for that, but this is still a very basic look. 37, Nebraska. Now I'm sure this design has some significance to their state, but it just looks stupid in the background of a license plate. 36, Oklahoma. Again, I'm sure this bird is important to their state, maybe the state bird, but it just doesn't work for the background of a license plate. 35, Missouri. Some nice patriotic colors, and they do have their state seal, but it's almost impossible to see because of all the white. 34, Kansas. Now, it's not awful. They've got some color and their state seal, but it's not good either. 33, Mississippi. Similar to the last one, just has the seal as the centerpiece, and I love the curled S's to this one, so that's why it's a spot higher. 32, Montana. I mean, it's cool to have the state outline on there, but a lot of states do that. Nothing really sets this one apart. 31, Tennessee. Plain, but it represents their state. It's got the outline, the seal, as well as the nickname. 30, Wisconsin. I like all the colors, and it represents their state well with the farm scenery, but I feel like this one needs a more modern version. 29, Iowa. Got some color to it and represents the state well with the scenery up here. It's decent. 28, Minnesota. Another one that's colorful and has things throughout that represent their state. 27, South Carolina. It's simple, but represents their state well with the scenery in the middle. 26, Rhode Island. Also simple, but does an excellent job of showing that they are the ocean state. 25, New Mexico. Not a ton going on here, but I really like all the colors, and this plate just seems fitting for their state. 24, Arkansas. It's fairly simple, but seems like a modern design, and the diamond is fitting for their state. 23, Indiana. Now this does look like a picture straight out of a children's book, but it's a nice scene and works for their state. 22, Alabama. Same thing, children's book, but it's pretty. 21, Maine. I like the bird here on the side. Looks very nice, but the font style is way too basic for me, so that's why I'm knocking it out. 20, Maryland. I know this one's super simple to have made it this high on the rankings, but I love their state flag. I always think it looks excellent, and they've got a cool font style. 19, Hawaii. Another very simple one, which I'm typically not a fan of, but this thing's absolutely iconic. Had to be top 20. 18, Colorado. Not much to it, but these mountains look cool. 17, Nevada. More mountains, but got a little more color to it, and I like the font. 16, North Carolina. Got some good colors to it, and perfect for their state with the tribute to the Wright brothers. 15, Utah. Love this scene, love all the colors, but this just looks a little too cartoonish to me, so that's why it can't be any higher. 14, Louisiana. Simple, but I love the way the colors mesh together, and it's got the state bird, and the font style is phenomenal. 13, Washington. Now the font style is horrible, way too basic, but we can forgive that because this mountain looks amazing. 12, New Hampshire. Another mountain with the man on the mountain, and the font style is much better. 11, Illinois. Does a great job of representing their state with all the buildings in the background as well as Abe Lincoln. 10, New York. Another one that perfectly showcases their state with Niagara Falls, the Statue of Liberty, and the NYC skyline. This is a major upgrade from their previous one. 9, Ohio. Nice and colorful, and so many elements of their state with the skyline, the water, and the fields. Number 8, Georgia. Simply perfect with all the peaches. We know what state this represents. 7, Florida. Same thing with the oranges, but this one also has their state outline as well as state nickname. 6, Idaho. Nice scene with the mountains in the background, as well as mentioning the potatoes their state is so well known for. 5, Oregon. This plate showcases the nature scenery that you would see in this state with the trees as well as the mountains. 4, South Dakota. Obviously got Mount Rushmore, and I love the font style up here. That is super unique. 3, Arizona. Love all the colors to this one, and it's very fitting for their state. You've got the cactus here and then a pretty sunset in the background. 2, North Dakota. I like the font style. They got the state nickname and just a gorgeous scene with the colorful sunset as well as the bison in the front. And the best license plate, Wyoming. Just a beautiful setting with the mountains in the background, the water in the front, and the cowboy just caps it all off.